I know at the nursery we're celebrating our 100th millionth tree, so that's quite an accomplishment. I was doing a little calculations, and just in my career, we planted over 200 million trees. And we were planting trees long before I came to the company, so that just shows you the commitment that our company has for sustainability.
Millionth seedling for the nursery operation, and so we're just going to keep up with it during the planting season and see which one goes out, and when we come to that 100 million, we'll throw a celebration.
Well, a seedling for us is just a young tree, one that needs a little TLC, just like you would think with a child. Seedling, and as you can see behind me, we have 6.5 million seedlings growing this year for our planting season, and just like that child, they're getting some TLC right now.
So behind me here is our seed orchard, and this is where it all begins. This is where we're growing seed that we'll take across the road to our nursery and sow those seeds to develop the seedlings that will begin our next crop.
So the whole purpose of growing them is to grow them up to maturity and harvest them and make products out of them.
A seedling's potential lasts for years and years. These seedlings will be used for decades to come. One for our wildlife, two for our recreation. They'll also be able to provide us a filter for clean water in our forest. They'll also be able to provide us with pulp for paper making. They'll be able to provide us lumber for furniture and for housing. For the next 50 years, these seedlings are going to be providing us many opportunities.
We typically do what we call a first thinning around age 15. And so you'll see the various products that come out of that. So obviously there's an economic benefit to that. And we don't apologize for that because there's jobs created and things of that nature. But just as important to us are the environmental and social aspects that come out of that. Because, for example, one of the products that have come out of the first thinning is pellets. Pellets are utilized in lieu of coal in the energy arena, and that reduces the amount of carbon that's being burned into the atmosphere. So obviously there's some benefits there. And then go further into the life cycle, when we do a final harvest, we make solid wood products out of that. Our company has a sawmill and a lumber facility, and when lumber is manufactured, carbon is sequestered in that lumber for a lifetime.
We do harvest these trees, and it is a continual process. And That's what sustainability is all about, really, is thinking way ahead, hundreds, of years down the road. It's not a short-sighted activity. We're thinking way out, so these seedlings will ultimately ensure that we have the resources that we currently enjoy today.
When you look at the Westervelt Company, you think of just the wood products, but if they really could look deep into the company, they would see that the backbone of this company is built on, we pride ourselves on sustainable forest management.
Sustainability is something, we're taught in forestry school. We understand that trees are a renewable resource, we're taught that, but having worked at Westervelt for 21 plus years, I've been around long enough to actually see that on the ground and see areas that were mature forest when I started that are now approaching maturity again. It's a really cool thing to see.
I'm just really proud of what we do to make the forest better.
I think it's a passion that I have. It's in my family. It's something that I've grown up around. I take a lot of pride in my job, and something that I take very serious.
I grew up in a very rural area, and I had a love for the land, and I was looking for a profession where there was this connection to the land and to the environment, and forestry seemed like the best course of action for me, and I've been very blessed to be in this career now for 40 years.
I have great memories of being able to enjoy the outdoors, and one of the things you want to make sure is you're ensuring that for future generations. So if we manage our landscape in that way and we educate the next generation in doing the same or even better, you go home at night knowing you've done a good job.
They're like my children. I drive by and I look and it's like, oh, is that some of ours? God, they're going to be good. So I get really excited when I drive by our trees.